What's up? You're watching Drift Ninja TV. Alright, so this is a very, very, very belated response to the Floss Chair project. My teacher at the time was Hy Zelkowitz, a brilliant man, one of my favorite teachers in my college career. And I guess I have all this in my comments on the first video. And if you didn't read that, you probably saw Floss Part 1 and Part 2 and were like, what is that for? And just a brief summary of the project was that we had to get a point of contact from a product to the user. And we had to pick a point of contact and from there make either a lamp, a table, or a chair, which are like three main designer iconic utilitarian items. So I picked Floss because I thought it was a very unique one and I wanted the challenge. So I guess this is a video response for the second video made 2 years ago, and I was like, cool chair, it was pretty fun to play in, but he's like, it wasn't aesthetically pleasing maybe, or he just felt like it was a placeholder for something that could have been awesome. And I actually designed something awesome about a year ago, and I took my inspiration obviously from Floss, but I also work at a fan company, and I designed this fan, which I'll throw a picture in, called what I call the wind catcher. And what that was a box fan that I put two dream catchers in the front and back of it instead of the grills, and I painted it like purple and it looked awesome. And so I had just learned about the dream catcher knot, and I thought it was amazing because it was a spiraling tessellation pattern, and I love spirals and tessellation and fractaling and whatnot. So that led me to design actually a tree fort. Alright, so the tree behind me is where I built the tree fort. It's camouflaged pretty well, and I designed it so that not anyone could climb into it for safety reasons. And the benchmark is I built it without a ladder, so you need to be fit enough to get up and into it to access it. And I'll show you how to do that now. Once you grab onto this branch, use this technique. So you can kind of see the road from here. We're about 15 feet up. You can see Matt's house, who actually helped me build this tree fort and put the support beams in, which I'll show you. Me and him are also starting a YouTube channel in the next 6 months called Two New Gurus. So take a look at that. It's all about like philosophy and spirituality and health, and we're pretty much going to cover as many topics as possible and relate them all together. You can spy down on the porch, and I built this just enough so it wouldn't be noticeable if someone was walking up the pathway. The tree is probably about 100 feet tall, and you can see one of the supporting ropes on the opposite side of where it is. To get up, you just go actually through the center of the dream catcher. And you can see the support beams. And we also did a rope going all the way around the tree. We put the support beams and the rope going all the way around the tree just because we didn't want to put any stress on these branches, because I designed it to hold anywhere from 1 to 4 people. And it's kind of nice because it kind of came around full circle. So here it is, the Windcatcher box fan. As you can see, it's got two dream catchers on the front and back. How I did it was I just added extra holes for where the plastic injection molded grills originally mounted on. Each wind catcher is made from a 180-foot piece of black hemp. It actually took me 2 hours to string it all together for each one, and so obviously if this were to go into production, the grills would just be plastic injection molded into this pattern. It's purple and blue metallic with silver handle and knob. It's also got a silver wind catcher logo at the bottom inside, which I thought was a pretty cool logo placement for it. And it was also very subtle. Another very subtle thing is it's actually metallic purple fading to metallic blue on the fan blades. Sorry about the phone calls, guys. Another feature is I swapped out the cord for a white cord. Normally they're black, and I thought this fan needed something to accent the asymmetry of the knob. And dream catchers normally have feathers on them, and I was looking for about a month, and I finally found the perfect thing. This is actually a cat toy, and it's on this pull chain, and I developed a nice little mechanism to it that has like great user interaction. It just clicks in right there. So it's nice and rugged, and it's already mass produced, so I know it could be done. So that's about it for this wind catcher. It's a nice little fan. I can plug it in for you. Actually, I'll plug in both fans. The second fan I have to show you, I might as well because it's down here. I was putting them up in my attic for winter storage because my fan collection's like scattered across the house. But this fan's about like maybe 5 pounds. This fan is about 30, maybe even 35. It's a fan from the 1950s, and it is by Lasco. I found it in the trash and brought it home, and I actually found out, if you can see here, it actually has a thin grill in front and then a thicker grill behind it, and that thicker grill oscillates, and I thought that was the coolest thing, how a box fan would have an oscillating feature. It also has a thermostat up here, which is how you turn it on because the switch is broken. Lasco only had one switch left over, and I didn't feel like taking theirs or spending the time to rewire it, even though we did rewire a new black cord on for safety. We also oiled the shaft of the motor, and it's a 6, not a 4 coil motor, which means it's got a lot of power. So you'll hear the difference. This is on 3. There you go. And this is on medium, so 2 out of 3. And this is actually running impeccably well, they said. This is thanks to Dougie in the UL lab at the engineering department in Westchester branch. It was originally pistachio green, but I couldn't get a lot of the blemishes off the green, so I painted it textured satin black. The only thing this fan doesn't have originally is this rubber handle, so we just put 2 pieces of Velcro with sticky back, just so it wasn't rattling around and making that noise when the fan was on. So yeah, these are my 2 fans, or 2 of my favorite fans in my fan collection. I have one more that is secret until it's released to the public, so yeah, stand by for that and keep watching Drift Ninja TV. Thanks for watching. This took me about 6 hours to tie in a knot, which is the Dreamcatcher knot. Slightly modified, and it's around 1, 2, 3, 4 main branches. There's like one under it that I didn't go around, this one above it. And The support beams probably go about 10 or 15 feet up, and I designed them so if they got slack, you can tighten them. But I haven't really had to tighten any of them. And you can see where I'm sitting, it's kind of like being pulled down, and it does get kind of loose unless you're sitting on it. And you can kind of see the rope. I dyed black to save cost. It was bright yellow. You can kind of see the yellow coming through a little bit because it's been up for a year now, and I've had to do no maintenance on it. And it's very stealthy. Like if someone were to walk up to my house, if you're quiet, no one bothers to look up. So it's very ninja style. And you can see here, this is where it's tied off, but there's 3.5 lengths of 100-foot rope here. You can see a knot there and a knot there. And there's still plenty of tree. Originally, when we were scouting out a location for it, we didn't want it to be seen from the ground. And so the only other location in this tree that would be ideal for like having enough room for a couple people to sit is about 30 feet higher. And I was kind of a wuss and didn't want to build it any higher because this was the first one I built. But it would probably take me 4 or 5 hours building another one, maybe 5 because I'm a bit rusty. But you can see I'm standing on this branch, and here's the support beam. They're so long, they look really loose, but they do have some tension on it. But yeah, like I can walk all the way out here, and it's totally supporting. And actually, I'll climb up and show you how I mounted it. I just did a ring around the top and then mounted these to the ring instead of just mounting it to these branches. And this is actually a camouflage rope that I bought. That came pre-camouflaged. So it is really undetectable. But when they did find out about it, they were like, "What is that? Is that a spider web?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I built that like a year ago." And they're like, "Oh, cool." Climbing technique. Yeah. Oh yeah, yep. Alright, I'm ready. Yep, you're good.